Liora returns to her former home, the once-proud Citadel of Astalis, now scarred by rebellion and siege. The streets are silent except for the echo of rebuilding walls patched with stone. Fires smoldering in makeshift hearths. She walks among familiar faces, sensing both relief and suspicion. Some whisper gratitude, others bitterness. Old allies greet her warily, their eyes holding both recognition and unspoken judgment. Liora's heart is heavy. The cost of her choices haunts every corner, from crumbled towers to orphan children scavenging for food. She carries a secret intelligence gathered during the rebellion. Information that could save or doom the city depending on how she wields it. Political factions have shifted while she was away, and her return sparks a subtle tension. Every meeting with leaders or council members feels like a trial. Old rivalries flare, power plays unfold, and every glance or word is loaded with potential betrayal. Liora's own internal conflict mirrors the fractured Citadel. She must navigate guilt, loyalty, and strategic thinking simultaneously. The city is recovering, but only partially. The remnants of the past rebellion threaten to ignite fresh conflicts. She realizes that her presence is both a beacon of hope and a lightning rod for chaos, and that war, in some form, is far from over. Liora embarks on a journey across the fragmented city-states to unify allies for the coming conflict. She meets a diverse group, a stoic tactician from the northern cliffs, a rogue archer from the sunken docks, and a mysterious mage with a shadowed past. Each carries personal scars from the rebellion and harbors doubts about unity. Negotiations are tense, centuries-old grudges, regional pride, and suspicion of spies complicate every discussion. Liora relies on her charisma, intuition, and strategic mind to navigate delicate politics. She mediates arguments, identifies common interests, and demonstrates that coordinated effort is essential against looming threats from the floating citadels Tyrone Lord Kelthas, who seeks to conquer all Eryndor. Along the way, Liora bonds with her companions. Shared dangers and late-night strategy sessions create trust and reveal vulnerabilities. Personal conflicts arise. Envy, mistrust, and clashing philosophies, forcing Liora to act decisively while maintaining cohesion. She experiences moments of doubt, haunted by past failures, and the possibility that diplomacy could fail. Yet small victories, securing troops, gaining magical support, uniting minor factions build momentum. By the end of the journey, Liora has assembled a diverse, albeit imperfect, coalition. These alliances mark the beginning of a fragile but determined resistance, setting the stage for a war that will test strategy, loyalty, and courage at every turn. The coalition discovers that Lord Keltas has infiltrated their ranks. Spies and traitors move silently among allies, sowing discord. Liora orchestrates covert missions to identify these hidden threats, sending small teams on reconnaissance into enemy territory. She navigates a labyrinth of secret tunnels, coded messages, and cryptic intelligence reports, her mind racing with possibilities of betrayal. Each revelation heightens tension. Allies' loyalties are questioned, friendships are tested, and Liora must balance suspicion with trust. Personal stakes are high. She learns that some allies may be compromised due to coercion or hidden debts. She faces the moral dilemma of punishing suspected traitors or attempting to salvage them, understanding that wrong decisions could doom lives and the coalition's credibility. During these missions, Liora uncovers Keltha's plan to unleash a devastating aerial assault using the floating Citadel siege engines, which could annihilate entire cities. She uses the intelligence to preempt attacks, reposition forces, and save civilians, demonstrating her growth as both strategist and protector. Emotional tension is high. Sleepless nights, whispered conversations, and fleeting glimpses of personal vulnerability with her closest allies reveal her inner turmoil. By navigating espionage and secrets, Liora establishes control over information, turning hidden dangers into strategic advantage, and preparing her forces for the monumental confrontation ahead. With the coalition united, Liora oversees a massive effort to prepare for war. Soldiers drill along the fractured streets of allied cities, archers practice on windswept rooftops, and engineers assemble magical defenses to counter Kelta's siege engines. Liora moves between units, issuing orders, listening to concerns, and fostering morale. all while grappling with the weight of responsibility. She feels the pressure of every decision. A misjudged tactic could cost thousands of lives. Nights are sleepless. Maps, charts, and reports dominate her thoughts. Meanwhile, alliances remain fragile. Minor disputes flare among leaders, old rivalries resurface, and whispers of betrayal persist. Liora mediates disputes and strengthens trust through shared rituals, shared meals, strategy exercises, and symbolic gestures to show unity. She also focuses on training the Coalition's most promising young warriors, instilling discipline, courage, and loyalty. Her own combat skills are honed daily. She pushes herself to lead by example, demonstrating resilience and daring to inspire others. Emotional strain is high. Moments of quiet reflection reveal guilt over past decisions, fear of failure, and the pressure of protecting both people and ideals. Yet amidst tension and uncertainty, small victories occur. A well-coordinated drill, a minor sabotage prevented, or a young soldier mastering a skill. Liora begins to internalize that victory will require not only strength, but unity, strategy, and unwavering resolve, setting the stage for the approaching storm. The first clash erupts at the river gates, a key strategic position, signaling the war's official start. Liora's forces engage Kelthis troops in a brutal, chaotic conflict. Smoke rises from scorched battlements, the sound of clashing steel, roaring magic, and cries of the wounded fill the air. Liora moves through the battlefield, rallying soldiers, redirecting reinforcements, and saving those caught in crossfire. Every tactical decision is immediate. Life and death, positioning archers, timing magical strikes, and exploiting terrain advantages. The Coalition faces unexpected challenges. Treacherous terrain, ambushes, and magical traps deployed by the enemy. Amid the chaos, Liora must also navigate interpersonal tensions. Some allies act recklessly, others hesitate, and moments of dissent test her authority. Emotional weight presses on her shoulders. Witnessing the cost of battle, she confronts the fragility of life, the burdens of command. Yet, small victories holding a critical position, repelling an elite unit, or saving civilians reinforce hope and determination. Liora experiences adrenaline, grief, and fear simultaneously. Yet she begins to feel the first stirrings of confidence in her leadership. By the end of the battle, the enemy is temporarily repelled. But Liora understands the war has only begun, and that strategic foresight, courage, and sacrifice will determine the ultimate outcome. As the war escalates, Kelthis launches a devastating surprise strike on the Coalition's rear, threatening to annihilate a key city. Liora must act quickly, balancing risk and reward while considering both civilians and soldiers. She coordinates a daring counterattack. Units move through hidden passages, mages manipulate the environment to slow the enemy, and scouts relay crucial intelligence. Amid the chaos, one of Liora's closest allies is gravely injured, intensifying her emotional turmoil. She is forced to make a ruthless choice: Borsweya, high-value target, or save her injured comrade. This pivotal moment tests her moral compass, strategic thinking, and emotional resilience. Meanwhile, cracks in the Coalition's unity threaten to undermine the war effort. Liora confronts dissenters, mediates disputes, and inspires hesitant units by leading from the front. The tide shifts after a daring maneuver that disrupts the enemy's formation, showcasing both her leadership and the growing competence of her forces. The battle ends with the enemy retreating, but at significant cost. Cities are damaged, lives lost, and relationships strained. Liora realizes that victory will require more than brute force. Careful planning, trust, and adaptability will decide the outcome of the war. The final confrontation unfolds at the floating Citadel of Astalis, now fully fortified and bristling with siege engines. Liora leads a Coalition army across fractured terrain, navigating rivers, cliffs, and narrow passes under constant threat. From Kelthis forces, the battle is overwhelming. Magic erupts in the skies, explosions shake the ground, and soldiers fight with desperation. Liora confronts Kelthis personally, a clash of strategy, skill, and willpower. She combines her combat expertise, intelligence, and intuition to counter his every move. understanding that a single misstep could cost the coalition everything. Meanwhile, her allies execute coordinated strikes. Mages disable defenses, archers cut down reinforcements, and warriors hold key positions. Amid the chaos, personal stakes heighten lives of friends, civilians, and even innocents captured by the enemy hang in the balance. Liora faces a critical choice. Risk herself to end the battle decisively or preserve her forces and prolong the conflict. With courage, ingenuity, and calculated risk, she manages to turn the tide. Keltas is defeated, his forces scatter, and the Citadel is liberated. The climactic victory is bittersweet. The city bears scars, lives are lost, and the psychological weight of war is palpable. But Liora and her allies emerge stronger, wiser, and ready to rebuild. In the aftermath, Eryndor begins reconstruction, both physically and emotionally. Liora walks through the repaired streets, seeing children return to play, markets reopening, and communities reconnecting. The coalition celebrates victories, mourns losses, and honors those who sacrificed themselves. Liora reflects on the journey, the mistakes, triumphs, and lessons learned. She has grown from a hesitant, guilt-ridden strategist into a confident leader who understands the cost of power, loyalty, and love. Bonds forged in battles strengthen into lasting friendships. The allies she once doubted now trust and respect her implicitly. Her relationship with her closest companion, Kelta's former rival Tundalai, evolves into mutual understanding and respect, hinting at a tender, grounded romance built on equality and shared experiences. Liora also begins mentoring the next generation, passing on both practical knowledge and the wisdom of resilience. Yet the story acknowledges that life after war is ongoing. Emotional scars remain, political challenges persist, and vigilance is necessary to maintain peace. The final scenes show her standing atop the rebuilt Citadel, looking toward the horizon, contemplating the responsibilities of leadership and the promise of renewal. The narrative closes with a sense of hope, empowerment, and readiness for future adventures, leaving the world transformed but alive, resilient, and full of potential.
If this story made you pause for a moment, subscribe for more stories that matter.